Namaste, kind yogis. I am Melissa. Some of you know me as Om with Melissa, and today we're going to flow into our Galavasana, our flying pigeon pose. So we'll get started right away. Come on to your backs and find cobbler's pose, but remember to take into account that this may be your first time in the mat today, and 2 blocks under your knees might feel really nice. So we'll go ahead and come down on to our backs. We'll take the knees nice and wide, maybe the feet a little bit further from the body to start practice. And then taking your hands and placing them maybe on your inner thighs to remind them to relax, maybe right on the hip points, or maybe into the low belly as we start to send our breath deep down, further than we tend to feed it throughout our day. And as we're here, we'll use each exhale to try and relax something. So notice if you're wearing the shoulders as earrings and just let them settle into the mat. Maybe even take it a step further and open the heart by drawing the shoulder blades into the spine, almost preparing your shoulders as if you're going to come into bridge pose. Maybe use an inhale to bring the knees towards the sky, and then an exhale to just let them unfold. And that's really what today's practice is all about. The art of unfolding. We like to package ourselves up into neat, tiny little boxes. Boxes that make more sense for people around us to be able to identify with us, to be able to establish relationships with us. But what we forget is that we're more than these tiny boxes. We're meant to take up space. So today's practice, let that be your mantra. I'm allowed to take up space. Let that be your intention for practice, to take up space, to own the space around you and feel confident in doing so. Be here for about 5 breaths, thinking about what it means to carve out that space for you, to take up the room that you earned, that you're owed simply by being the extraordinary being that you are. Still spilling out of the tight spaces with each exhale. And acknowledging the open spaces with the inhale. One last breath here. And then gently slide the hands to the outer thighs. Use them to pick the knees up. Place the right foot just in front of the hip onto the mat, knee point skyward, and then begin to snuggle the left knee in towards the chest. As you do, press down with the right foot, scoop the heel forward, scoop the hips forward, and then walk the left hand down to the outside edge of that left foot. Coming into our half happy baby, just letting the knee fall towards the earth. Maybe you're here, maybe you need a little bit more. You extend that right leg long, taking up a little more space. You can almost think of yourself standing in that right leg. Imagine you're in lizard on your back. And then if that right leg is extended, just go ahead and bend it once more. Use the right hand to take the ankle of the left leg on top of the right thigh. Feed the left hand through the opening, the right arm around the shin, and we'll just bring that connection into the body. The inhale will give us some space, and the exhale will accordion the body into itself. Trying to keep the tailbone towards the mat, lengthening out towards the front, finding a little more space each time. Take this once, maybe twice more, and then hold it in. Take the static hold. And as you draw in, relax the shoulders away. Let them come back down to the mat. Tailbone presses. Left knee moves a little bit away from the body. And then relax, release. Take both feet down to the mat. Maybe windshield wiper the knees right and left a little bit just to loosen up any connections that we might have irritated early on in practice. And then let the left foot stamp down just in front of the left hip. The right knee scoops in. Tailbone lengthens. Shoulders fall to the earth. And right hand reaches down for that right foot. Bringing the knee towards the side waist. Being mindful of that left leg. If you're like me, it'll want to fall out to make a little more space. But we'll keep it grounded on purpose. And then maybe slide the left leg out in front. Be okay if that means the right knee comes off the mat. It's okay. We're taking up the space that we need. We're not forcing space to happen. Taking those nice deep breaths still into the belly. Maybe left hand is even on the belly, just connecting. Making sure that hip is grounded, belly is active, drawing breath all the way to the base of the torso. Wrapping the left hand over to the right. Bend the left knee, place the foot back onto the mat, and move towards our eye of the needle. So connecting the ankle and thigh, and then wrapping the arms around the left shin. Pull the shin in. As you do, press the thigh of the right leg away. Continue those small accordion-like actions. So the inhale presses the knee away, and the exhale draws it in. And take that one more time, and then hold it in, squeeze it in. Gently release that left foot to the mat, unwind the right ankle, and then take those gentle movements side to side once more. Thinking about happy baby. We'll take the full expression here. Start by stepping the feet down. Scoop the tailbone out in front to iron out the low back. And then take the knees towards the outside edges. Maybe it's a little early in practice and you squeeze the shins. Happy here, just pressing the tailbone out long. Or you reach for the outside edges of the feet. Snuggle the elbows into the shins. And then rock a little bit. If you've ever seen a newborn, you know that they rarely sit still, and it only gets more active with each new day. So roll around, find some space, maybe even draw some circles around the sacrum, and then the opposite direction, just opening up, knowing that we'll be deep into the hips today. Gently take the feet down towards the mat. Scoop the hips over to one side or the other, and then take a moment resting on your side. Just use this to reconnect to the idea of being okay with taking up space today. We deserve to take up space. You deserve to take up space. Gently, slowly press down to lift up. We'll come right into our table, moving through a few rounds of cat-cow, just starting to wake the spine up. So knees and hips in one strong line, arms stacked, wrists under shoulders, and we'll just start to move, drawing the chest down into our cow. And I like to swivel a little bit here, get into the hips, feel it differently. And then when cat comes around, start from the tailbone, press down, let each part of the spine ripple up before the head draws back beneath you. And do that a few more times, always starting with movement back at the tailbone. Let it articulate first, and then the rest of the spine take the shape it needs. Again, wiggle, make it your own. The most beautiful thing about practice is that each practice, though we're working towards the same end goals of opening mind and body, each body gets there in its own way. There's no right and there's no wrong. There's simply practice and doing it in a way that makes sense for you. Take that one more time. Linger in cow. Smile at it. Feel the space you're creating in your back. And then round. Take it into cat one last time. Maybe take an exasperated shake out the head. Get rid of the day. And then gently return to neutral. Draw the navel center in. Walk your hands towards your knees. We'll come to stand on our knees. This first camel, tuck your toes, make some space in your low back. Start from the hips, so take the hands to the low back and then press down gently. Shift the hips forward, lift the heart up, thinking all the while my hands are pressing my tailbone towards the earth while my breath lifts my heart towards the sky. Be here. Maybe take that a hair further, reach back, take control of the pose by holding the ankles. Keep lifting up through the heart. Roll the shoulders back. Press the hips forward. Tailbone draws towards the earth. Maybe the gaze shifts back. And then gently as you can, walk the hands back towards the tailbone. Use that to draw yourself into center. We'll take our hands back onto the mat. Draw our right knee into our chest. Slide the knee in front of the left. Flare the feet out wide, right and left. And then come to sit in our Gomukhasana with our right leg stacked. I'll turn to face you for this one. With ankles in line with the knees, we're really working to open the outer hips. So inhale and lift up. And then exhale, draw forward. Keep your hands connected to the ankles. We'll take this into a little twist. We'll inhale, press up. We'll exhale, dip the left shoulder down, right shoulder back, look over the right shoulder. Just feel some extension. And then all the while, connect with that right hip. It still wants to ground down into the earth. Big inhale, fill up. Lift up, back to center. And as you exhale, right shoulder rotates down, left shoulder back, twist. Breathe. Take that left hip grounded into the mat. Inhale back to center. Walk your fingertips behind you. Take your legs nice and wide. I'm a big proponent of finding a little space. So left hand in front, right hand just behind the tailbone. Rock forward. Lift the hips up and then slide forward an inch. You'll find yourself seated more on the front side of the hip bones than the back. And then we'll gently take our thumbs to the inside, fingers to the outside. Roll the flesh back, roll the shoulders back, and we'll gently pulse forward and back. Just taking the opposite. So we got into the outer hips. We want to acknowledge the inner hips as well. I know we're taking a little while to get into the juicier part of practice, but I'm a huge fan of not getting injured, so I like to move a little bit slowly with the warm-up. One more pulse, and then we'll hold. And as you hold, get a little more active through the legs. So flex the feet, turn the quads on, lean forward. Maybe slide the hands down a little bit. Maybe even take some shoulder rolls, just feeling into the upper back differently. And then the opposite direction. Being okay with where you are. Maybe it's a little crunchy today. Maybe it feels really good today. Whatever it is, just let it be what it is. Give yourself space to explore your practice. Rocking back, we'll come back into our table to set up for our Gomukhasana once more. So flipping the body over. Let the left knee extend back behind you just for a moment and then drag it into the chest. Cross the left knee in front of the right. Flare the feet wide and then sit back. Same idea as before. We'll take those gentle twists. So we'll inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, this time we'll go to the left first. Right shoulder down, left cheek moves a little closer to the left shoulder. Trying to press down that left hip. It wants to lift up, but keep it grounded. Inhale, come back to center, lift up, look up. And as you exhale, left shoulder down, right shoulder back, twist. Maintaining the breath. Right cheek moves a little bit closer to right shoulder, even though right shoulder is slipping away. Breath by breath, it moves back. And then inhale back to center. Gently, slowly rock back onto the sitting bones. Bring both legs out in front this time. Reach underneath you. Spin all the meat out from underneath so you feel the sitting bones. Reach up, lift up, breathe up. And as you exhale, hinge forward from the hip flexors. Reach for your toes. Curl in. Draw the chin to the chest. The forehead towards the knees. Just take a few minutes closing down. So even when we take up space, sometimes that can be a little overwhelming to our senses. We're used to hiding, we're used to keeping it all shut down. So take this next breath to remind yourself, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm on my mat, I'm here to learn and to let go. Gently inhale, roll up. We'll move right into our downward facing dog. We'll swing legs behind us, maybe starting in table. Stepping the hands forward a half step, tucking the toes, pressing the hips back up, drawing the heels towards the mat. Rolling out into plank for a moment, just finding our distance here, making sure that we have a nice long line, and then pulling from the navel center all the way back to down dog. Wrap the heads of the triceps around the body, press the floor away, lift the tailbone up a little bit higher. Come onto the fingertips of the right hand and start to press the left hand away, away, away without moving. It almost feels like you're trying to drag the left hand away from the left foot. And then gently replace the palm of the right hand down, fingertip the left hand, and then press the earth away with right hand and right foot, stretching and opening right side body. Replace both hands onto the mat, bend the elbows, press the hips back. Don't take the elbows to the mat yet. We're just feeling this differently in the upper back. And then straighten the elbows, press. Soft bend in the elbows. Feel that in the back side of the posterior delts. And then lengthen. One last time, bend the elbows. Draw the underarms in. Stretch and pull the belly in. And then straighten the arms. Bend both knees, draw the knees towards the earth, sink the hips towards the heels. Then roll onto the outside edge of the right foot, inner arch of the left foot, and sink nice and low. Press strongly with the right hand as you stretch and open the left underarm. Inhale, come back to center, lengthen, come onto the balls of the feet. Turn onto the outside edge of the left foot, inner arch of the right, bend the knees deeply, sink the hips low. Press a lot through the left hand to open that right side waist. Feel the whole of the body getting longer. And then inhale to center. As you're ready, firm into down dog. Wrap the triceps, navel lifts, tailbone elevates. Heels reach for the mat. Use an inhale, lift that right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, pull it in, knee to nose, hug the body, roll into plank slowly, and then step the right foot down in between the thumbs. Step the left foot in about a half step, heel to heel alignment. When you're ready, inhale, rise up, warrior one. Square the hips towards the front of the mat. Feel the right hip pull back gently. Turn the glutes on a lot. Make sure you're nice and active here. When you're feeling it, bend the left knee just a little bit. Scoop the tailbone down towards the mat. And then press back through that left leg. Feel it a little differently in the front side of the shin. On your next inhale, you'll step forward. Wrap the left leg over the right arm under the left. So opposite arms and legs are bound. Squeeze through the arms, the legs, sit the hips nice and low. Smile at the wobble. Be okay if it's a little wobbly yet. Draw the navel center in, unhook the left leg, pull the knee in towards the elbows, and then bend the right knee gently. Take the left ankle on top of the right thigh and melt in. Sink the hips nice and low. Unwind the arms. Take the right elbow around the right heel, or excuse me, left heel. Take the left elbow around the left knee, and then rise into your balancing pigeon. Be okay if it's more of a folded pigeon than a standing pigeon. We'll make space. And then maybe you rock your baby just a little. Keep the hips pointed forward. Release the left knee into the chest. Arms reach up, hands come to prayer. Step the left foot back, right towards your pyramid legs, heel to heel alignment, left toes pointing forward, right hip pulls back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale and fold. Take the right hand to the right hip. Press and open that right hip back. Roll it open. Be okay with feeling that flesh move. Maybe creep crawl the left fingertips even more forward. Try to touch your chin towards your big toe. Take your right hand down to the mat inside of that right foot. Heel toe the right leg out as far as it will go. Turn the right toes out. And then walk your left leg over to the left edge of your mat. Really wide lizard pose here. Take your forearms down to the mat. And press the world away. So squeeze the inner thighs together, but simultaneously try to drag the feet apart from one another. And then we'll rock a little forward and back, just making some space. Keep the left forearm down, float the right arm up, 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 up. Take the right hand to the right hip, spin onto the outer edges of the feet. Open the right shoulder, look over that right shoulder. And then take the right arm back to the mat, lift onto the left hand. Step the right foot all the way back to the mat. You're in a really wide-legged plank. Stay wide-legged. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, slide over the feet. Come up onto the hands, tops of the feet. Thighs are lifted. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Step the feet into neutral. Wrap the triceps, taking a big inhale, lift onto the balls of the feet, and then shift forward, come over the tops of the toes, press back, downward facing dog on the tops of the feet. This is really intense, especially if you have plantar fasciitis. I would highly advise not doing this if it hurts, or if you have any sort of inflammation in the soles of the feet. And let's take that to the other side. Roll forward, come off the toes, back to your downward facing dog. Lift the left leg nice and high. Move slowly. Left knee pulls into the chest, rolls forward. Left foot plants. Right toes turn out. We'll step in a half step. Inhale, rise. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Same adjustments here. Right hip tracks forward, tailbone points down, rib cage pulls in, and we reach. We'll shift towards our eagle. Right over left, left under right. So pour your weight into your left foot, cross your right leg over the left. Slide the left arm underneath the right and move into your eagle balance. Maybe you have the double bind, a single bind, maybe toes are tapping, it doesn't matter. Just let it be what it is. Squeeze, sink a little bit more into that left leg. Inhale, bring the right knee into the elbows. Rotate the right knee out, sink low. Come into your gentleman's chair with eagle arms. Taking that standing pigeon here. Feel how the outer hip wants to dip. Whew. And if you do dip, you might slip. So pick the hip back up. Unwind the arms. Take the left arm to the right foot. Right arm to the right knee. Gently, slowly pick that leg up. Take it to your edge, whether it's a fold or you're standing straight up, whatever works, do that. And then rock your baby gently. But know that this might take you off balance. It's okay. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Pull the arms up, right knee towards the chest. Keep the hips square. Step the right foot back, gently moving towards our eagle. moving towards our pyramid, draw your hands up. And exhale, fold. When you get down, keep your right arm forward, slide your left hand back towards your left hip and roll the flesh out. Pull the belly in. Inhale, look forward. Try to tap your nose to your big toe. If you get there, great. If not, me either. One day, maybe. And let's take up a little more space. Take the left hand to the inside of that left foot. Drag the right hand back. Heel toe the left foot all the way to the left edge of your mat. Turn the toes off. Bend the left knee a little bit. Slide the right leg all the way to the back right edge of your mat. And gently rock forward and back here. Maybe staying lifted onto hands. Maybe you take that down to forearms. Stay where you're comfortable, where you're feeling an opening, because that's all we're looking for is an opening. We're not looking for an injury. We're not looking for the deepest asana we've ever been in. We're just looking. We're searching. We're exploring. Inhale, float the left arm up and open into the twist. Turn the right palm down if it's not already. Roll onto the outer arches of the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs, turn the glutes on. Draw the left hand down to the mat. Turn the left toes forward. Lift onto the hands. Keep the right foot where it is. Slide the left foot all the way to the back left edge of the mat. Roll onto the big toes. Exhale, chaturanga down. As an inhale moves through, you roll forward, upward facing dog with those wide legs. Keep the thighs active, glutes active. Press the floor away. And then use an inhale, roll all the way back, downward facing dog. Step your feet back to neutral. We'll take 3 breaths here, resetting. Feeling what we feel. Each breath, maybe repeating to yourself, I am allowed to take up space. I deserve to take up space. Inhale, float the right leg up. Knee to nose, roll forward. Step the foot in between the thumbs. Spin onto the outside edge of that left foot. Power off the hands. Cartwheel open, warrior two. Warrior two, spread the feet really wide. Sink into your lunge. Pull the shoulders over the hip, belly in. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Slide the right hand forward. Take the right hand to the inside of that right ankle. Use that as leverage to slide the left shoulder back. Gaze towards that left thumb, and then slide the hand overhead. Let the gaze follow. Taking a big inhale here, swim the left arm all the way back and up. Once it reaches its apex, straighten the right leg. Slide the right hand onto the right shin, pull the right hip forward, left hip back, and draw the left arm back. Taking into an unaligned triangle. Feeling that a little more intensely through the left side waist. Slowly take the left hand forward, follow your gaze. Take the left hand all the way to the inside of that right foot. Gently plant the left hand down. Keep the legs just as they are. Swim the right arm open this time. Take the gaze towards the thumb and then slide the thumb towards the back of your mat. Gaze over your right shoulder. And then our focus here is always to bring that chin closer, but can you pull the chin and the shoulder away from one another? Pull the hip back. Feel things differently. Create space in new places. Inhale, take the right hand down to the outside of that right foot. Spin onto the ball of the back foot. Roll into a runner's lunge. Stay here. Squeezing inner thighs just for a moment, and then inhale. Draw the hands together, lift up, reach up. Open that left psoas. Maybe slide the right hand to the left wrist and lean to the left. Feel that left side body open once more. Inhale back to center, hands touch. Folding forward, take the hands to the outsides of that right foot. Step the right foot back, 3-limb dog. Roll forward, 3-limb plank. Exhale, 3-limb chaturanga. Inhale, right foot lands, roll up, upward facing dog. And exhale, pull back. Downward facing dog. Let that settle for a breath into the right side. And we'll continue on with the left. Left foot lifts, reaches up high. Exhale, roll forward. Left knee pulls to the chest. Slowly, dramatically steps down in between the thumbs. Roll onto the outside of that right foot, windmill open. Settle into your warrior two legs. Reach through the arms. Pull the rib cage out of the hips. Big breath in. As you're ready, reach the left arm forward. Keep the legs where they are. Left hand lands to the inside of left ankle, and right arm comes up overhead. Lift the pelvic floor here. Slide the right hip back. Take the gaze towards the right thumb, and then slide the right thumb forward. Let your gaze follow. Try not to collapse into that left side body. Inhale, draw the right arm back up to the sky. When it reaches its apex, straighten the left leg. Here's where it can get a little bit tricksy. Turn on the left side body. Lift, hand to shin. Roll the right shoulder back. Keep your gaze on that right thumb. Press your left hip forward as you draw your right shoulder back. Whew, I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling it all through here. That right side body igniting. Gently, slowly start to turn your chest down towards the mat. Take the right hand to the outside of that right foot. Keep your feet just as they are. Spin, open, left arm reaches. Take your gaze towards that left thumb. Spin your left hip back. Gently bring your left fingers towards the back wall. Keep the gaze over that left shoulder. Squeeze inner thighs together for balance. Press down through that right hand. Inhale, follow the thumb all the way around to the earth. Bend your left knee, settle into your runner's lunge, hands connect just for a moment. Squeeze inner thighs to rise up, hands connect overhead. Breathe. Feel that right side body open up a little bit more. Connect left hand to right wrist and then pull gently to the left. Squeezing inner thighs for balance. Gently back to center. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Step the left leg back. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, or one-legged downward facing dog. Roll forward, one-legged plank. Exhale, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward, upward facing dog. And exhale, roll back. Downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here, reaffirming into the mat, feeling ourselves ground down on purpose. Taking up as much space as we need. So maybe space for us is child's pose right now. It's okay. We do what we need, not necessarily what is called. We'll see if we can't put all of that together. So inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to chest, pull it through. Take a moment in plank. Inhale, step that right foot down. Bring the left foot in a half step. Inhale, rise. Hands come to touch overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. Press the feet apart. Power up the right leg. Inhale, wrap left leg over right arm under left. Sink. Pull the belly in. Drop it low. Inhale, left knee comes to the elbows, turns out, coming in to our gentleman's chair with eagle arms. Wrap the arms around the leg. Inhale, rise, standing pigeon. As you exhale, Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain. Gently and with great care, step the left foot all the way back. Coming right into our pyramid pose, pull the right hip back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times because it feels really nice. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Power up the right leg. Inhale, rise. One-legged mountain once more. So arms are going to reach. Left knee towards the chest. Step the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Pull hands down into heart center and fold. As you fold, prepping for our Galavasana, take your hands down towards the mat. Maybe we just practice shifting our weight this time and we fly fully next time. Wrap the triceps into the body. Hug the foot around the right tricep. Shift forward like you're coming into crow. And then maybe pull that right foot in towards your body as you use your triceps to cradle that leg. Step it back. Come right back into your gentleman's chair with hands at heart center. And then slowly cartwheel open, warrior two. In warrior two, sink the legs nice and low. Reach the right hand forward. Right fingertips come down, left fingertips come overhead. Shift the left hand forward, straighten the right leg, look under that left arm, get strong through your triangle. Slowly dial the chest down, left hand plants, right arm replaces, it moves towards the sky. Gently breathe. Spin both feet forward, inhale, rise, runner's lunge. Soften the hands down to the mat. Step all the way back, three-limb dog. Inhale, forward, three-limb plank. Exhale, three-limb chaturanga. And finally, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're doing great, yogis. Let's do the other side and maybe play a little bit more. Float the left leg nice and high. Exhale, pull it forward, slowly roll in, step that left foot down. Step the right foot forward, inhale, rise, Vira one. Situate the left leg here as you're ready, step forward, inhale, right over left, left under right. That's a little confusing for me to say. Sink low into your eagle. Inhale, right knee moves towards the elbow. And exhale, sink gentleman's chair. Be here for an extra breath. And then scoop the right leg into the chest, lift up. Gently, slowly bring the left knee into the chest. Step the right foot back, moving right into our pyramid pose. Bow over that left leg. Inhale, reach, look forward. And exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your left knee a little bit, shift your weight forward, one-legged mountain. Bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, hands move to heart center as we sink it low. Bring your hips low to the mat, so low that your hands connect shoulder distance apart. Frame the left tricep with the right toes, place the right knee on top of the right tricep, and then shift your weight forward. Don't look down. If you look down, you'll go down. Shift forward. Pull your left heel in towards your bottom. Think crow. Squeeze. And then land the left foot down. Gently rise back up into your gentleman's chair. And then cartwheel open, warrior two. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Turn the glutes on. Inhale, look forward, reach forward. Exhale, open, side ankle. Wrap the right fingertips forward, follow the gaze. And then gently straighten that left leg, look under the right arm. Roll the right shoulder back. Soften the right hand down to the ground. Inhale, left arm floats up, revolve, triangle. Keep connecting with that right pinky toe. Soften the left hand down to the mat, revolve forward on both sets of toes. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, bow forward, hands kiss the mat, left leg shifts back. One-legged downward facing dog, roll forward. Keep that left leg lifted, bend your elbows, roll into chaturanga. Dropping the left foot, upward facing dog. And exhale from the navel center, pull the belly in, hips lift. Fingertips spread, wrap. 5 breaths here. Feel all that energy moving through you, trickling from crown to toes, from toes to crown. Take note of any space that we've created. What feels more open than when we started? Let's put all of that together, spice it up a little bit, and go from there. So inhale, float the right leg nice and high. Exhale, pull it through, knee to chest, step it down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Palms touch overhead briefly, power up the right leg. Cross the left leg over the right arm under the left, sink into your eagle. Inhale, draw that left knee into your eagle arms, and exhale, draw the ankle onto the thigh, sink low. Draw the hands all the way down to the mat, sink the hips really, really low, connect the hands to the mat. Let's fly into Galavasana this time. Wrap the triceps nice and tight, make that shelf. The whole of the shin wraps over the triceps. Sneak the left knee into the armpit as you pull the right knee into the body, and then maybe begin to extend that right leg back. But as you do, keep a hold, death grip with that left foot on the right leg. Travel the right knee back into the body, step down, rise up back into your gentleman's chair. One big fluid breath, inhale, step back long, warrior two. From warrior two, reach forward, dive down, side angle. Inhale, pick up the hips, draw the left hand forward, right into your triangle. As you exhale, bring the left hand down, right hand floats up as you spin, open, revolve, triangle. Inhale, float forward, high lunge. As you exhale, move right into your pyramid from here. So right leg is long, fingertips reach in front of the right foot. Left leg presses back behind you. Inhale, bend the right knee just a little bit. Step the left foot into the mat, half the distance it was. Slide the fingertips back in between the feet. Press the palms into the mat. Ground down with the fingers. Shift your weight into your right leg as you pick the left heel into your body. And then lean back into your humble flamingo. Pull the chin into the chest. Gently step the left leg back. Inhale as you walk the hands forward. Power up. Come right into your standing split. From here, walk the hands back to the ankle. Just lift that left leg up a little bit higher. Feel that float, that extension, that opening. Maybe let's work into our handstand for those of you who are practicing Shakti kicks. Wrap the triceps, lift onto the ball of the left foot, ball of the right foot. Drop the left heel down. Inhale, float, come in, hold, leverage, and then right down into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. If you watched that and thought, nope, not doing that, and you're in your standing split, gently, just slowly step the left leg back, and then the right, move through your vinyasa. Or skip it. No one says you have to do the vinyasa. Pedal out the legs, reach through the fingers. Inhale, float the left leg up nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in, step it down on purpose. Inhale, rise, warrior one. As you're ready, power up the left leg. Exhale, move into your eagle. Spend a moment here. Inhale, right knee to elbows. Turn the right knee out. Sink gentleman's chair. Keep sinking all the way down. Take the hands to the mat. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Hook the left foot around the left tricep. Right tricep cradles the left knee. And then we'll pick the left foot in. Squeeze the foot onto the tricep as you extend the left leg back behind you nice and strong. And then gather it in. Sink all the way back into your gentleman's chair just for a moment. Use that to cartwheel open warrior two. From warrior two, reach forward, take the left hand down, right arm spins up. Reach for the sky as you straighten the left leg. Draw the right hand forward, roll the right shoulder back. Turn the chest down, right hand connects to the mat as left hand disengages and reaches for the sky. Squeeze through the feet. Inhale all the way up, high lunge, hands reach. Exhale, bow forward into your extended pyramid. Stay here for just a breath. And then step the right foot in half the distance. Melt the chest down, walk the hands back towards the right foot. Shift your weight forward, pull the right heel in towards your bottom, and then sink your weight back. Breathe here. Gently return the right leg to the mat. Walk the hands forward. Move gently into your standing split. Right leg lifts. Left hand wraps around the left ankle. Again, maybe move from here into vinyasa, or you spend a moment in your handstand, taking your hands underneath the shoulders, wrapping the triceps, bending the left knee, draw the right foot down, look in between the thumbs. As you exhale, popping up, maybe lingering here for a moment or two, and then bending the elbows, moving back into chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then all the way back, downward facing dog. Not so bad, kind of fun. Pedaling out the legs. Let's take a moment in child's pose, bend the knees, take them wide, sink the hips back, just reconnecting with grounding after our flight. Take 2 more breaths here in your child's pose. From child's pose, just walk back up. We'll come into table for a moment. Move into downward facing dog. Shake out the head. Just make the body nice and long for a moment. Pick the right leg up nice and high. Gather the knee into the chest. Slide it out to the right wrist. Right ankle to left wrist. Shimmy the left hip back. Spend a moment lifted in our pigeon. Use a big inhale, reach the left arm up. As you exhale, take the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Gently connect the right hand to the left. Twist open. Be here for a breath. Wrap the right arm around, find the left hip crease, and then slide the left arm out. Use it as a pillow. Even here, twisted up in ourselves, still finding a little bit of space. Gently, as you're ready, relax the right hand down. Press the right hand into the earth to lift yourselves back up. Bring the left leg all the way around. Stack it on top of the left shin, flexing the feet nice and strong in our Agni Stambhasana or fire log pose. And then we'll just gently fold in, walking the hands forward. Or maybe the low back's just not for that today, and we take hands and press them to the feet. Just stay lifted, flexing, and staying strong in our legs. Being here for about 3 more breaths, just pressing the knees and the ankles into one another, making that nice sandwich. You can relax the head down, you can shake it out any way you need. Softly float the gaze back to center. Shift the legs out from one another. Maybe give them a little shake right and left. We'll cross the ankles, roll the hands forward, step back, downward facing dog. The last downward facing dog of practice. Flip the left leg nice and high. Pull the left knee towards the left wrist. Left ankle towards the right wrist. Drag the right leg back. Stay lifted here for a breath. Just feel that extension of the rib cage pulling out of the hips. Then inhale, lift the right arm nice and high. Twist towards the outside edge of that left leg. Take the left hand to the right, sandwich them together. Use that to twist from the center of the body to bring the right shoulder around. Reach around for that right hip crease. Slide the right arm out as a pillow. And twist. Feeling that opening in the hip, the shoulder. Feeling the breath start to slow down as we move more towards the relaxing aspect of class. Unwind the left hand, place it to the outside of the left hip. Use that to rise back up. Drag the right leg around, stack the right ankle on top of the left knee. Inhale and decide where you're at. Maybe sitting stock straight is where you need to be today. Maybe you venture forward. Just being here for a few breaths and letting everything simmer, letting it steep. So we don't just think open and open happens. We move towards open by making the small steps throughout practice to get us there. By taking the intentional breaths that gather us, that open us, that unknot all the ties that we continually tie every day. One more breath here in your fold. Maybe even let your belly go for a moment or two. Just let it all hang out. Take up space. Gently walk the hands back to the body. Unwind the legs. Shimmy them right and left. Scooch towards the center of your mat. Take a hold of the knees. Roll back onto your back and then gently wiggle side to side. Take feet up towards the sky, knees towards the underarms. Gently rock a little side to side as we explore that happy baby from before. We've been here, it's not new. Once more into eagle, my friends. Cross the right leg over the left. Take the left foot down to the mat. Press down to lift the hips up and over. Draw the knees towards the right. Take the arms into 90-degree bends. Pick the right shoulder up, slide it out from the body in order to make room for the left shoulder to come down. Just gently feel that twist a little bit differently than we would normally take it. Keep the legs bound, but draw the knees back to center. Step down with the left foot this time again and shift the hips over to the left. Taking that twist over to the right. This one will feel a little more familiar. This is the way we usually take this shape. Soften the muscles of the face. Get in tune with the idea of slowing everything down. Squeeze the legs together, bring them back to center, unwind the legs, shake and shimmy them out a little bit. Cross the left leg over the right this time. Keep the arms just as they are. Step down with the right foot, shift over to the left hip, same side we just came from, and then roll over to the left. So feel a little different. It feels like we're pulling the muscles in a way they don't want to be pulled. It's not the typical way we take our twisted roots, but it's okay. Different is good. Breathe as you draw the inner thighs together. Roll back onto your hips. Step down with the right foot. Bring the hips to neutral. And then swing them all the way to the left as you let the knees fall to the right. Let that twist happen easily. Let gravity take the knees down for you. If it feels like that left shoulder is lifting, just scoot the right shoulder out from underneath the spine. It'll make more room for the left shoulder to lie flat. And then inhale, come back to center. Unwind the legs. Press the hips back in line with the shoulders. And then this time, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out. Coming in the same way we started practice, let's take our hands to our inner thighs. And taking a few breaths here to just reflect on where we've been. And notice the word reflect. Just filter through the images of practice without any concern with scoring them or judging them. Just taking notes of how we felt as we tried to make more space in the body. You might even notice the knees right now. Do they feel a little more at ease moving towards the earth than they did when we started practice? Be here for just 2 more breaths, getting curious about where space was created. Slide hands to the outside edges of the thighs. Draw the knees in towards one another. And then begin to step the legs out. Take them as wide or wider than the mat. Allow your hands to move to your rib cage. Settle over your chest. Take a big breath in here and a gentle sigh out the mouth. Do that again because it feels good. Inhale and fill up. And then let that sigh fall out the mouth. Relax the hands down. Draw the shoulder blades in subtly to the spine. Let a soft smile play across your face. Swallow to relax the throat. Soften the eyes. Don't feel as though you have to close them tight. Just let them flutter. Maybe the eyelashes barely connect. And gently think in your own mind, I deserve space. I am worthy of space. Let those thoughts carry you into stillness. And I'll call you back in a few moments' time. without moving a muscle. Just feel your body in space. Take note of the temperature in the room, the weight of your clothes against your body. Feel the quality of breath moving in and out the nose. And then begin your process of calling yourself back to this space. Whether that's wiggling fingers or toes, rolling through ankles and wrists, maybe bending one knee and then the other, gradually wrapping the arms around the shins and taking those gentle body rocks right and left. Eventually blinking the eyes, letting light in slowly, rolling to your favorite side, pausing for a breath or two. And when you're ready, pressing up to seated. Taking your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer right at heart center, a gesture of honor for your body, for your mind, for all that it carries you through daily. You are worthy of space. You deserve to take up space. Don't let yourself be small and tucked away in a tiny little box, labeled for others' comfort. Be gloriously you always. It is a pleasure and an absolute privilege to create sacred space with all of you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis.